Hey guys, the Stranger Things final trailer just dropped for season 2, and we're going to break it down frame by frame. In the opening, we see Eleven getting Eggos from the box in the woods. I wondered if Hopper was putting them there and she was getting them from the Upside Down, but no. Soon after the events in season 1, she exited the Upside Down and she's been hiding in the real world for a few months, judging by her hair. The Halloween decorations remind me of the Thriller music video, which of course was a major part of an earlier trailer. So in narration, Mike says that on Halloween night, Will saw a shadow. You can see that he's dressed in his Ghostbusters costume, seeing the Thesell Hydra, the monster teased at the end of season 1. Nancy and Jonathan walk into a room with a new character, a bearded man, behind them. This could be a lab, but more likely it's this guy's house. He's apparently some kind of conspiracy theorist. The index cards on his bulletin board read Leave Home, School, Pick Up Nancy Wheeler, and Harrington House, which makes me think that this guy is tracking Steve Harrington. There's also a drawing of a child that looks like Eleven and what could be a Polaroid of Eleven's new haircut up here. Also, this newspaper clipping appears to be the same one from the Hawkins Sheriff Department bulletin board at the end of season 1 about Will Byers being the boy who came back to life. So this guy is probably a conspiracy theorist, and the events surrounding Hawkins in season 1 didn't go unnoticed by the outside world. This was the premise of the Stranger Things earlier 1984 conspiracy theory trailer. Here we see the boys in their trick-or-treat outfits, and of course this film takes place the same year that Ghostbusters was released, so every group of 4 kids went as Ghostbusters, and 4 years later we all went as Ninja Turtles. Steve notices something while Lucas and Dustin are once again arguing in the background. The girl standing with them is Max, a new character introduced this season, and she's probably the titular character in the first episode, Mad Max. Will is drawing the Thesell Hydra, but unlike his season 1 drawings, these are in black and white, not color. Hawkins' lab is still in operation, and Hopper is sharing information with Joyce. I'm wondering how much he knows and how much he's allowed to reveal, given that he appeared to be working with the government at the end of season 1. The person in the protective suit has a flamethrower, which they use in the next shot. This is probably a reference to the movie Aliens. Will is looking at photos of all the drawings he's made that are probably freaking out his mom and all of his friends. Now, we don't know for sure what these drawings are. They're similar to the tentacles we see chasing him down the hallway, or they could be the tentacles of the Thesell Hydra. My money says that these are actually tunnels that creatures are digging, and that's why there's so many shots of characters in caverns in this trailer. Just like the evil that was burrowing inside of Will at the end of season 1, now it's burrowing underneath of Hawkins. Will is in some kind of trance while his mother is panicking, and it appears as though he's watching a storm in the Upside Down. But what he's actually watching is the Thesell Hydra, which you can see reaching toward him in this shot from later in the trailer. Joyce is saying, "You said it was all in his head," and she's probably talking to Paul Reiser's character, Dr. Owens. The Duffer Brothers have said that this season would be inspired by the works of James Cameron, so it wouldn't surprise me if Reiser was playing a character similar to Carter Burke from Aliens. In that movie, Reiser appears to be on Ripley's side, but is secretly conspiring with the government to keep a xenomorph for the corporation. So maybe Dr. Owens is pretending to help Will and Joyce, but secretly working with Hawkins' lab. We've seen these men in previous trailers, probably listening to Will in the hospital, because also in previous trailers, the hospital rooms are being monitored by security footage. Here's several people in protective suits, either in the Upside Down or in the tunnels underneath Hawkins. Someone or something is chasing Eleven through the woods. The camera continually rotates throughout the trailer, like this shot of the middle school, visually showing us that the real world is becoming like the Upside Down. This shot of Steve and Dustin confirms the tunnel theory, and I like that these two are getting some screen time together. There's a nice interplay between them later. Did you bring the bat with the nails in it? Everyone gathers in the Byers house talking about how to destroy the monster. Mike says that only Will would know how, but at this point, he's probably in a government lab or catatonic. And if he is catatonic, his consciousness is probably moving through the Upside Down, and he's learning how to move between worlds. There's Sean Astin playing Joyce's boyfriend, Bob Newby. Hopper discovering growth in the tunnels as the camera continues to rotate upside down. Now here Paul Reiser and the lab technicians are seeing a gas spin in beakers, probably related to a blood sample or tissue that they've taken from Will. Jonathan and Nancy are in some sort of lab and see the portal to the Upside Down. This is probably the same portal from season 1, or it could be a new one. Elsewhere in the trailer, she says that they only seem to hang out when the world's going to end, meaning they probably haven't been in touch that much over the year. Hopper takes cover as something blows out the windows in a cabin. This may refer to the previously announced title of Episode 7, The Secret Cabin. This is also probably where Hopper's firing this machine gun and other shots in the trailer. And here's Steve using the bat with nails on it and something encased in slime while Mike and Dustin watch. This could be a cocoon or maybe someone trapped by a monster. The boys are back hiding inside their school bus, and we get our first good shot of Max and see that she's working with the younger boys and with Steve. And here we get the best look yet of Steve's new mullet. This appears to be Dacre Montgomery's character Billy standing in the Byers' kitchen punching Jonathan. I'm not sure what their beef is. Hopper and Bobby rescuing Will from a hospital and a monster racing toward the elevator, similar to the first scene in Episode 1, Season 1. There's a gang of creepy teens in Halloween masks, and I feel bad for the guy that had to wear the Care Bear mask. Everyone else gets creepy clown and doll face, but this guy has to be Birthday Bear. My favorite Care Bear. There are several shots in a junkyard at night where Dustin is yelling for help in a walkie-talkie, and also several shots of Steve and the younger boys in the tunnels. Again, I like that we're going to see interplay of Steve with different characters from where he was last season. At the end of the trailer, the characters are all aiming their weapons at an unseen foe. My theory is that this is Will, and he's been taken over by the Thesell Hydra, and he's the one saying, "You should go now, it's almost here." We see several flashes at the end of cops chasing down the same van the creepy clowns exited from, Hopper firing a gun, and 11 holding out her hand trying to affect something that's on the ground. We also see security guards firing their weapons at a monster that's on the ground, meaning that whatever's threatening everybody, it might be coming up out of the earth. This appears to be a flashback of Terry Ives, Eleven's mother. In fact, the house 11 enters in the trailer is the same home that Terry Ives shares with her sister. Well, that's all the hints and clues I found in this trailer, but tell me in the comments below what I missed. And next week, watch out for our Stranger Things Season 1 recap and Easter egg video. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.